一個稅吏，
A tax collector.
之後嗰一個財主，
How can he become very wealthy?
香港有隻叫做 ICAC，
In Hong Kong, there's this agency called ICAC.
是獵 corruption 貪污嘅人。
And it is after those who are corrupt.
呢隻裏面有一個真正特別嘅權柄，就 authority。
And they have a very special authority.
你若發現喺政府裏面最近嘅人，
That is, if they discover someone who's working for the government,
佢嘅收入及佢嘅職位能未相稱，
and that his income and his status does not match,
佢有關要求這個人去 office 嚟 explain where your money come from。
this agency has a right to require the person like Kaisak
因為冇可能嘅代志，
because that's something impossible.
這個人對佢哋，咱別拗，咱同佢變真明白咯。
Let's say we can understand this even more clearer as we say, let's say in the
你講這個
Philippines, the
最
BIR
別
people.
拗嘅人，佢買大車，買大頂厝，你感覺冇奇怪嘅。
This is in the Philippines when we see a person working for BRI and was able to buy houses and also cars.
你感覺冇奇怪啊？
You don't find it surprising.
但是你外國真奇怪啊！
But then if you're in another country, this is something strange.
所以咱唔敢講每一個 BIL 人都是貪污嘅人。
Of course, we dare not say each and every BIR employee is corrupt.
但是咱明顯看到這項代志，
But then obviously we saw one thing,
伊嘅身份及伊嘅 income、伊嘅收入無相。
that their statuses and also their incomes do not match at all.
嗱，有一日，
But then if one
你睇到
day
我這個追牧師嘅，
that I being a pastor here,
哇！冇得一個上billion嘅厝，
I bought a house that's worth $1 billion
哇！買咗幾大頂 BMW、Porsche，
and bought several cars of BMWs and Porsche.
你感覺奇怪喎？
Would you find this surprising?
我講你先嚟講，我話神啊，我幾追牧師就好。
And in your hearts, you would say, I hope I was a pastor.
奇怪啊！
Because it's something
這
strange.
個是伊人嘅身份及伊嘅 income 真正無相啊！
Because his income and his status does not match at all.
請問，
So let me ask
世
you.
界嘅錢對到落嚟，
So where did the money of Zacchaeus come
你
from?
咪知啊？
And we don't know.
伊是轉借嚟，
But we know easily that he had this from
伊
corruption
是貪污嚟，
because of his corruptive
因為連
ways.
世界家己都承認。
Because Zacchaeus himself acknowledged this
第八節，
in verse 8.
世界企喺主嘅頭前，即對正人講：主啊，我嗱將所有嘅一半半河送向人，這個真重要。我嗱虧欠了神啊，轉借了神啊，我就行這個人死唄。
But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor. And this part is very important. And if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the
依家
amount.
佢承認你就係喎，
He had actually acknowledged it
我轉
himself
借真罪人啊，
that he had cheated many people.
但係今日開始，
But then from this day onwards,
我轉借了神啊，我行死唄。
whoever I have cheated, I'm going to pay back 4 times.
這個人伊嘅父母唔係伊真正正直，真正 just，
And this person, his parents had expected him to be just.
伊真頑強。
But then he was crooked.
父母嘛，這人真清氣，
And his parents expected him to be pure.
伊真夠轉借。
But then he was a cheater.
伊嘅生命及伊嘅命名不符實。
And his life and his name does not match at all.
第二，
Second,
世界這人是個心內真正貧窮嘅人。
Zacchaeus was a person who is poor in the spirit.
登山寶訓也所講，富什麼人有福咯，就是心內貧窮嘅人有福咯，因為天國是因嘅。
In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
在物質裏面，世界無欠物件，
From the material aspect, Zacchaeus did not lack
你
anything.
真豐富。
He actually has a lot. He's
但這個人嘅
abundant.
心真正貧窮，真正喪向。
But then in his heart, he is actually a poor man.
因為伊知啊，
Because he knew
貪污是唔對，
that corruption isn't right.
轉借是唔對。
And to cheat someone is also
伊
not
知
right.
我咪知，大家咪知。
You know it yourselves, I know it myself, everybody knows
伊
this.
知，
He knows
佢
it.
耶利哥嘅實體嘅人，喺後邊講伊排位。
And all the people in the city of Jericho were saying something bad about him behind his back, and he knew that. He
人嚟
is
講你
aware
排
of
位，
that.
你嘅唔知。
And when people say something about you, bad things about you, don't you know? 你知啊？
但是問題是我無法改變我家己嘅生命。
But then the problem is I cannot change my own life.
這個人嘅心內真正苦坑，
And so this person feels very empty
但是伊
inside
愛
him.
改變，伊愛
But
改
then he
變。
wanted to have change.
小仔伊愛改變呢？
How do we come to know he
頭
wants
先
to
我
have
大
the
家先第三
transformation?
節，
A passage we read a while ago in verse 3,
而俾愛看耶穌是神啊，
that he wanted to see who Jesus
真
was.
奇怪。
This is something very
為
strange.
什麼看耶穌？
How come he wanted to see
咩你
Jesus?
笑話咪？
If you think of
你未
this,
信耶穌嘅時陣，
before he became a Christian,
你咁樣看耶穌？
did you want to see Jesus?
你未信耶穌嘅時陣，
Before you became a Christian,
拜啲這個時間你哋就落，
on a Sunday, where are you at this very
你
hour?
仍然困，
You probably are asleep.
困了創啥？
And after you wake up, what do you
去
do?
參觀，
You go to
去
restaurants
食點心，
and you have your
去
schnapps
鐵頭
and，you play.
去博膠
You，have mahjong.
無雙咧。我講我博膠咯，冇博漿哦，博膠哦。
So gambling.
啊 ，gambling is good。
Okay.
無大無志誇耶穌，
And you don't have the time and didn't want to even
耶穌
look
有
for
什麼誇？有
Jesus.
什麼好誇？
What's the nice thing to be seen about
你
Jesus?
笑誇咪？為什麼這個世界人愛誇耶穌？
And you have to think about how come this person Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus?
因為這個人聽了耶穌真最關乎耶穌嘅故事，
Because he heard a lot of stories concerning Jesus.
有一個真扎重嘅故事。
And there's an important story
喺耶穌12嘅使徒嘅裏面，
that among the 12 apostles of
有一個
Jesus,
人叫做利未，又叫做馬大。
there was another person named Matthew or Levi.
這個利未這個人本來就是稅吏，
Because Levi himself was once a tax
呢個這
collector.
個世界是最上道嘅啊！
So Levi and Zacchaeus were of the same industry.
你聽到伊嘅當破悔改信耶穌，
And he heard of this companion who became a Christian and repented.
無個叫做轉隻咯，無個叫做 tax collector 咯。
And he no longer was a cheater and he stopped being a tax collector.
個 follow Jesus，跟啲耶
And
穌。
he even followed Jesus.
我相信這個世界真奇怪。
And I believe Zacchaeus felt that this was something very strange.
今日我最上道這個人不信耶穌啊！
How come this person in the same field as me is now a believer?
伊真清楚這個伊當破什麼款嘅人，伊真清楚。
He himself was very clear about the kind of person this person
伊個
is.
咁我想咪是轉隻，
Because he was also just like me, a cheater.
跟住伊改變啊！
But then how come he changed?
所以伊先嚟愛看咪。
And so thus from his heart he would
耶
really
穌
wanted
有
to see.
通改變利未這個人，耶穌是唔是有通改變我嘅生命？
If Jesus can change this person, Levi, then probably Jesus can also change my life.
所以 he want to see Jesus。
So I kwento yaso.
這個人愛看。
And so this person wanted to
當你
see.
心內有感覺貧窮嘅時陣，進咗 poor in spirit 嘅時陣，
When you felt that there is the poor in your spirit
你有啲度豐盛嘅生命嘅。
and you wanted to have this abundant life,
你明明知我係衝嘅大志是冇意義嘅大志，
you clearly know the things that you are doing is no longer
你
meaningful
係最有意義嘅工作嘅。
and you want to do something that is meaningful.
你知你有永生嘅盼望嘅。
And do you have this eternal hope?
你知等你離開世界，你就去到這個所在嘅。
And as you leave this world, do you know where you are heading?
結果你一切沒滿足，
Because all of these things will never satisfy
只有
you.
你邪橋耶穌這個戰爭重要嘅動力。
But rather, this is a very important motive to push you to look for Jesus.
但是
But then,
唔單止幫喺你嘅心內，
do not only just put these things in your heart.
你若冇正宗嘅行動，
Because if you do not have very clear
你
actions,
永遠冇得到真正嘅滿足。
then you will not be completely satisfied
世
ever.
界為愛看到耶穌，
Zacchaeus, because he wanted to see
而付出
Jesus,
了實際行動。
he really had put these things into action.
這段聖經裡面，
And in this passage,
要做咗兩個動作
he had two actions.
：run，run。
First, itzao.
聖經講伊到這個正人嘅愛看耶穌嘅時陣，
And the Bible says as he wanted to see Jesus in the midst of the
人
crowd,
少嘅罪，
because there were too many
呢
people,
個真衰痕，
and he was a short man,
你看唔到耶穌
and，he couldn't see Jesus.
你笑看咪？
And so if you think
那
of
是你。
this, if it were
你喺
you,
去這個所在，
and you wanted to reach a
當你
person's
去嘅時
place,
陣，
and when you reached that place,
真罪人，
and it was so filled
人
with
少
people,
嘅罪，
it was so crowded,
少罪車，
and there are too many
無
cars,
通到這個所
and you
在，
cannot reach the place.
你創啥？
What do you do?
真簡單啊，
Very simple.
到去啊
You just return home.
，right 到去啊。
Return home.
我記得有一年，
I remember a year
嗰陣 Brother Joseph 用我哋這個對世界嘅時陣，
when our brother Joseph was still alive
公元2000年，
in the year 2000.
嗰陣佢裏邊要辦宴會，
At the time, there was this,
呢個什麼講 ？firework，
yeah, fireworks.
firework。然後講牧師話你嚟看 firework 又是。
And he said, Pastor, let's go and watch
我
this
講 OK，let's
fireworks.
go 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 go。
Then I said, okay, let's key.